The hell are you doing?
He's on the Saber space station.
I know that should be like what is it, sword or something? Like,
Saber's a thing.
Saber's a thing too, right?
Not Captain Rambo anymore.
They got a lot of people with that song.
Good song. Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? As soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman who can come and save my life.
Don't ruin the Hey Peter Parker moment with the follow-up moment. No, the
follow-up
Peter Parker moment is beautiful. I felt like this was very she's the Superman of the Marvel Universe, where she's like, "Hey Peter Parker, can I help you?" Like that self-contained moment is beautiful to me. It's precious. Yes. And then
but it's bracketed by shit. So
I didn't say it wasn't. I'm just saying let me appreciate individual moments for the beauty that they are in their individuality.
Sure, let him appreciate. Anyway,
individual moments.
What do you think of this trailer?
It was beautiful. It's lovely. It's fun.
yeah,
It's fun.
I mean, it's okay. It's cool.
my worry is that Kamala's going to be too comedic in this one, and Rambo and Captain Marvel are going to be Debbie Downers through the whole thing to ground it.
I don't know. I love Kamala's energy. I think she's
good.
That was my favorite part of the trailer, to be honest.
And I already love her series. I'm ready. You know, I'm happy to see Monica again because
I like her uniform.
Yep, the uniform's great.
They all have better uniforms in this one. All three of them.
Well, no, because Kamala's is the same.
No,
It's the same one she had at the end of the show.
Did you see the end shot?
Oh, is it
Last
different?
one, it's different uniform.
Well, I stand corrected.
Now,
But she starts with her
Starts
uniform,
the
so
same
yeah.
way.
the what's it called? The accuser, isn't she the accuser in the comics? Isn't Carol? Doesn't Carol?
She becomes an accuser at a different point, yeah.
So is it because it seems like they're taking a little liberty and making a different accuser?
There
Well,
are
she
different
has- she
accusers.
has Ronan-
That's a
No, I
Kree
know,
title.
But
She has Ronan's hammer.
right,
the
but she
bad
did in
lady.
the comics. That's
Yeah,
what I mean.
she's in-
Why does she have? Why? Oh, she has Ronan's hammer.
She has
This,
Ronan's
but that
hammer.
makes sense
So-
because we know what happened to Ronan in
Yeah.
Guardians.
But
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying, are
his
they
hammer
bringing
got
in
destroyed too.
A new accuser
I think
that's
she's the
supposed
new-
to be her in the comics, but kind of like
Well,
what I mean?
I think they're
No,
just
because
a
the
little bit.
accuser in the comics is the one who works for Billy, who's now Lord of the Kree. Remember,
I
she's
thought it was Carol.
No, Carol. Carol was an accuser, and I don't even know what timeline that story was in because I wasn't following it. But yeah, Carol was an accuser. But the current accuser, I think, is the one who's reflected in the movie.
Gotcha.
Because I remember it was so silly. Because was it the wedding special or after the wedding special, or I can't remember which saga it was. But anyhow, Billy and Tommy are doing the thing. Wait, is it Billy and Tommy? Hulkling. Well, Hulkling and Wiccan. I can't.
Billy and Tommy are brothers.
Yeah, exactly. I can't remember Hulkling's real name. So Hulkling and Wiccan are going at it in the high court or whatever it is, right? And of course, like Wiccan's like totally cool about it. Hulkling is saying some horrible stuff. And then his court's accuser, she screams, "Grab the twink!" And I was like, I'm sorry, the Kree know what a twink is that they're yelling it out. And then of course it wraps up with like Billy just shows up in Hulkling's, chamber later on. And he's like, I said such terrible things. He goes, yeah, I know you didn't mean it. We were in the freaking High Kree court. Like, I get it. And I was like, oh, they're the best couple ever.
This comes out in November, right?
This is coming out in
So
November.
this is post Secret
It'll
Invasion.
probably be like November 3rd because Marvel movies always come out on my birthday for some reason. It just always happens.
Yeah, so this is post Secret
Or
Invasion.
Black
then.
Panther.
Yeah, I'm more worried about Secret Invasion. It's so funny, right? Secret Invasion looks is very serious, but doesn't have me very interested. And then this one looks much more fun, let's say, but I'm way more interested because like I feel like I appreciate Nick Fury being our through line for Secret Invasion, but I mean like really? It's just gonna be a miniseries? We're not gonna see
that's because
any
that's the
Avengers?
point, like, we know Secret Invasion from the comics. That was a huge story.
It's not
Yes.
gonna be anything.
It's not going to be anything like that.
Right, and I'm just saying it could be a letdown for me because that was such a huge story, and we already have that some some of the scrolls many of the scrolls we've encountered are not evil, right? So maybe a sect of them,
A sect of them breaks off because they've been promised a homeworld and they haven't gotten.
right? And they're like, why shouldn't it be Earth?
Yeah.
Which is cool. I appreciate that. But I mean, like, come on. Do you not want to see Super Scrolls flying around fighting the Marvel heroes?
For me, that's the tone in the MCU though that I've been like yearning for, that I've been missing. You know what I mean?
The
That
Nick
serious
Fury
spy
Underground.
type, yeah, you know what I mean. So I'm gonna give. You already know it's not gonna be Secret Invasion for the comics. So.
Oh no, and it can still be very entertaining. My mindset is already stay away from the fact that it has nothing to do with the comic.
But Rhodey's there, Nick is there. It's like all my favorite people. From
And maybe now the one rumor I want to be true. The one rumor I want to be true is Quake.
November 10th.
I want
Yeah,
them
I
to be
heard
Quake.
that rumor too.
Yeah.
I heard she was returning.
Even
Who's returning?
Quake from Agents of Shield.
That's
Yeah.
Now, even if this is just alternate universe Quake, I'll take it. I'll be happy. I really want to see her.
In the Shield Agents of Shield show, it was explained that they went to an alternate timeline. So like it wasn't part of the MCU anymore.
Somewhere after Civil War. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. As far as the Marvels though, it looks a lot better
Looks
than
fun.
I thought. However, Marvel has shown us that they can't make a bad trailer. So, and I don't say this to hate. I say this to like curb my expectations because they always make amazing
There's supposed to be
trailers.
a big moment. You're supposed to see the first official incursion in this movie. That's the big thing in this movie. Kind of like the time runs out. Is this movie basically the first big incursion?
I'm a sucker for team up movies too. Like that's my big critique when they've gone this far and when they put out a movie like a solo movie and like nobody's showing up, there's be like one person.
Yeah.
Be like, really? Like Sam wouldn't do a flyby, be like, "Yo, Pete, you okay?" Or
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Especially
yeah,
if they're like in New York.
Yeah.
So the fact that the three of them and Nick, like I'm already, I'm
Yeah.
excited for that. Honestly, I'm more hyped to see this after this trailer than Guardians.
Yeah, also, like, it's weird. They do tell us way too much stuff. And by they, I mean producers, studios, directors, everybody. I wish I didn't know that this was the end of the Guardians trilogy in any way, shape, or form. I wish I didn't have those words
Right, because
floating around in my head.
There's no like constant.
Well, James Gunn always said he was only doing 3.
I know, but I wish he just never did. Like, if that was your plan, keep it shut and share that with us after the movie has come out.
Yeah, this movie should have came out like 5 years ago. I feel like it's going to be the same thing with Black Widow. Like if Black Widow came out years before it did, it would have been a lot better.
If Black Widow had come
I
out,
think
when it was
Star-Lord's
supposed
playing the big one in this.
he may be.
He's
And
going to go.
Well, Rocket is definitely.
He's going to be
And
allegedly.
Drax.
Gunn wants him
Definitely.
for Booster Gold. So.
I don't know. That's my thing. It's like I already like. Everybody's gonna die. Adam Warlock is in now that everybody's dead and gone.
But I think Rocket will live.
Yeah,
I think
like,
Rocket
I just
will
don't
survive.
care
I think
about
Drax
that.
and Star-Lord will die.
I don't think
But
I don't
Rocket
think
will be the new
I
leader
don't think Rocket's
of
gonna make it
Guardians.
because what's his name doesn't want to come back.
He's just doing voiceover.
No, I know, but like, all right, but I'm just saying,
He might
I'm
be
not the only one
doing
who.
He might be doing mocap too. No,
I'm not the only one who
honestly-
heard that, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Rocket is gone.
Yeah.
We'll
Like
see.
they even show Peter in the trailer over a hospital bed screaming no, like somebody just died.
I think that's Drax.
I don't know.
Well, look, the point is, multiple people involved with this have used the words "the end," have used the words "I want to move on," have used the words "I've grown tired." All
so
the
like-
things, like I was like, most of them. I think the only people here who haven't used those words are Nebula, who has probably the most or second most makeup to go through of anybody. So, homegirl, I love you for it. Gamora,
She's my favorite. Nebula.
she's so great, and she has the best arc. She genuinely grows from villain to hero over those movies and even the freaking Christmas special. So Gamora and Nebula, I never hear them talk about them being sick of anything, right? And
So you ruined it for me because I didn't know any of this.
okay,
I don't read anything, so I get to go in blind and just
Well, we
enjoy.
don't know either.
Well, you don't-
We
yeah.
don't know either.
Yeah, but you're reading stuff and going, "Oh, it's gonna suck."
well, I'm just saying these
No,
people.
I
Have
think
all,
it's gonna start. I think it's gonna be good.
no, I'm
No,
just saying
like
it has affected all my expectations for the movie, so now I'm going in there, and now the surprise that's left for me for Guardians of the Galaxy, this is supposed to be about the Marvels, by the way.
this could be
But my
good.
surprise for me for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is who will live, because right now I expect everyone to die, so now I'm just like, who will
I
live?
think Peter's gonna live.
Mantis will live.
I think Peter
Mantis,
Gamora will live.
Gamora, Nebula.
Rocket will live, and Nebula.
Very
and then
interesting.
Adam Warlock will join them.
Oh, we can have an see
Be the
the
next
next
one.
iteration of Guardians. We
What
can
about
have Adam
Nova?
Warlock. We can have Nova,
Nova.
Gamora, Nebula,
Yeah.
and maybe
I think
maybe
Adam
we'll
Warlock's
finally get.
gonna be the sleeper.
I don't know
Yeah.
if Zoe is.
Because that
gonna
actor,
stick
he's a
around
great
with
actor.
He's a great actor, and I think we'll get. Anyhow, it'd be really great if this ushers in the era of
Annihilation.
slowly.
Mm.
I don't want to jump to that, but
Mm.
I mean, if we get Pip the Troll in there,
He's in the universe
because he's in the
They have
universe,
him,
and if we
you know
get
what I mean?
and we get Nova in there, we'll have a very fun.
Oh, man, that'd
We'll have
be
a very
great.
fun crew of Annihilation-esque characters, but also one of my favorite Guardian teams. Oh, and Moondragon. Hopefully, we'll get some Moondragon. That's going to be very complicated to. Actually, it won't, because Moondragon could just be from the same race as Drax and just skip the human parts.
Alright. No, there's no other Marvel stuff, right?
Yeah, but it's great. I love how they got to figure out why their powers are making them swap places. You know,
Let's do it with the Bangle.
right? But
Because the Bangle, they said, explained their version of the Nova, the quantum bands.
yeah.
They're the MCU version of that.
The
Whatever
thing-
that
Find out
means.
that
the thing
they-
is,
although
the
powers
bangle-
come from the same place.
The bangle and oh, wait a second, all of them are connected to what gave Wanda her powers.
Well, that and Shang-Chi, too.
Well, Carol got
The
hers
rings.
from the stone, from the power
Yeah.
gem.
Right, but that's the same stone that awakened Wanda as the Scarlet Witch.
This is all leading to Kang.
It doesn't matter that it all leads to Kang. I'm just saying, if we're going to justify that all three of their powers are connected, their powers can be connected because Wanda's powers are connected to the stone. Carol's powers are connected to the stone. And Monica's powers are connected to Wanda. Therefore, boom, your powers can all be connected.
What happened to Shang-Chi? Where is he?
We're going to find out. And we're going to find out if that signal that the rings are sending out, if that's to outer space or if that's to the quantum realm.
I think this is one of the many beacons that Kang put out.
I don't
It could
understand
be.
how there's so much more MCU content now, and it feels so much less connected than it did.
Because
That's what I don't
because really they got carried away with
Stretched themselves.
quantity over quality,
Yeah.
and we lost some
I
sight.
still need Blade. I need
Oh,
Blade,
you
man.
know what? I hope someone is. I hope someone is in the laboratory fixing
But I'm
brains.
glad that Mahershala Ali said, "I'm not doing this movie with this script. Are you kidding me?" He basically threw the script at him like, "You better get this shit out of here and come with a real Blade movie,
Well,
man."
Where are the Eternals? Where's what's
Who
his
cares?
name?
Okay,
Who
Eternals, they're working on
rumors,
it.
Eternals 2, Judgment Day.
We need that
Yeah.
Right.
because that was a hell of a cliffhanger. Even if you
Yeah.
didn't enjoy the film.
Spoiler. No, I won't even say it, never mind.
Yeah.
No, tell the spoiler, baby.
The thing they said about Tiamat turning into either A, turning into Genosha, or B, that being the source of adamantium.
Yep. That's
Ooh.
what Captain America: New World Order is about.
Yeah.
That they find out that thing is full of adamantium.
See,
And so everybody's making a play.
this is like the
for
only
that.
thing that could pull me back.
Yeah, it's
I'm
great.
like waiting. I really want to love these movies again. It's just
Did you not love Wakanda Forever?
I did, but
And
in
talk
a
about-
different way.
But still, the
Listen,
fact that the
Eeyore,
under
calm down and just enjoy
Yeah.
You know
yourself.
what? You know what
The
it is about
underlying-
Wakanda Forever for me. What it is about Wakanda Forever is the unfortunate passing of Chadwick
Yeah,
Boseman.
there's no way to get around.
Like we
that.
got this movie because he passed away. This wasn't gonna be the movie. You know what I mean? That we would have
As
got.
much as I love that movie,
Yeah.
there's like this somber, like
Yeah.
very like.
It's
just
like I get it. It's
melancholy-
great effort. You know what I mean? Great effort, but this wasn't the movie that we.
But
were
it's
waiting
also an epic movie. Like I just feel like I just want everyone to just disconnect Black Panther 2 from.
Well,
No,
Honestly, I'm
Wakanda
more.
Forever and Eternals are to me that is Phase 4.
Well,
Those are the
yeah.
only two
Wakanda,
movies.
and as much as you're poo-pooing Wakanda, it's not a placeholder movie. The plot moves along, the characters move along. So it's
Tremendously.
not like, okay, we got to pick up and fill in stuff.
Because we now know
Yeah.
Val is now the head of the CIA, right? We now know everybody wants the freaking vibranium.
Yeah.
You know,
Talokan is a thing.
Yeah.
you know, Talokan is a
Wars
thing,
out
and
there.
now there's an alliance with the Wakandans. I mean, there not only does it move forward the plot of the Marvel universe, not only is it a movie about grieving, but like
Well, it expands. the
it
MCU.
expands the MCU. It did so many things. It did in such a difficult environment to do them. You know, God,
So,
we
what
have.
do you think?
Yeah.
Fellowship and God.
No, Wakanda Forever is good. I like Wakanda Forever. I like it a lot.
I hate that Eternals got bashed the way it did. I feel like people let their politics get in the way and bash that movie to high heaven when that was like the only thing other than Wakanda Forever I felt like they did in Phase 4. that actually felt like a new and exciting chapter in the MCU.
Big
And there were
things
so
happened
many
in that
good
movie.
performances. Yeah, like,
Huge things.
and people are just like, oh, it's this and it's that, and they change this, they change that, and then blah blah blah. And like, there's a lot of, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of times when Marvel does stuff like that, and I agree with it. But like, this wasn't that. This was, everybody just threw the baby out with the bathwater. I felt like when it came to Eternals. And
I
it's a
want them to
shame because
explain how the world goes back to being the world when there's an elemental's hand coming
Well,
out of
yeah,
the
that's
ocean,
what I'm
and
saying.
nobody's
Well,
like,
that's what
nobody-
Captain America.
dude,
You know,
nobody's
nobody's
addressed
freaking that out.
anything that happened in Shang-Chi. Nobody's addressed anything that happened.
Well,
in
because I
Eternals.
think
Nobody,
There was in
they're all
one
kind of happening right around the same time.
Yeah.
So I think
right, but isn't
yeah.
there like a line in the Miss Marvel series where someone says to Kamala, like they describe all these outrageous events, and they're like,
And there's a big.
no, they don't say the big hand, but they name like every other crazy thing that happened since the blip forward. And they're like, really? After all these people came back after missing for 5 years, and dude, there's anything left to surprise me? Like, I can't remember if it was that or if it was one of the movies. But the point is, they named a whole bunch of things where like the world we live in is so outrageous. I have nothing left in me to feel surprised anymore. And I'm like, you know what? I can grasp that the Marvel Universe feels that way. That they all saw the giant red judgment freaking
Right.
God like pull some people off their planet, and they're like,
and then just
man, this
disappears.
is yeah, and they're like, this is just another day on this crazy planet. Wow,
Yeah.
you know, just go about your business, you know. And also, all the movies keep giving us little tidbits on how screwed up things are since the blip. You know how like I like they're like, we were all working together, we were all really getting along. All these people came back and reinstituted the old ways, and that's really been messing with people. You know, and apparently abroad more so than in the United States, where we focus on the majority of the characters.
I don't know, because you get into a bunch of that with Captain Winter Soldier.
No, of course we did.
That's
That
what-
Captain Winter Soldier did an excellent job
they
of
do
it.
they do touch on
Bring back the
abroad,
Russos.
but it's definitely
They wanted to come.
you
back.
get the what's it happening in the United States as a result of that. So it's not like they haven't
Yeah.
addressed
Well,
it at all.
no, but I'm just saying, like, every time we see it outside the United States in the MCU. Right? There's like some of it in here, right? Like, for instance, Sword being developed and then being developed by the wrong kind of guy, you know, by a more villainous nature person, because all the people who would have moved up and had control of that situation were blipped, right? Monica probably would have been around. Monica probably would have headed up Sword had things been different, right? That's a nice, interesting mirror situation there.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that, like, you know, one of the honorees of the project is her own mom when she walks in. And then of course we saw what happened with the Flag Smashers, right? Like they were a direct development of like, hey, we like the way things were before everybody came back and started ruining stuff. Doctor Strange, the doctor he worked with, he's like, so this was really your best?
Yeah.
You know, he's like, I blipped back and my
Oh,
only
God.
brother is gone, you know, and my cats.
Mm.
He's like, so did you make the right decision? Was it really the best one, Steven? All right, that's it. I have so much to say. But saying all this did remind me that a lot of nice pieces of groundwork have actually been laid out in
Yeah,
Phase
I agree.
4. Just, they didn't, oof.
They need to step it up. They need to get back to what
What
made
got
it
him
what
here.
it was.
Yeah.
I think the heavy-handed introduction of
Yeah.
Kang was a good thing, personally. We'll see.
And to end on the end note, Russos will be back for Wolverine. All right.
Yeah,
Peace.
The